control surfaces.
As you wish.
Designed to give humanity a second chance.
14 Growing Industries of the Future 2021. 14. Internet of Things. The world is rapidly moving towards the Internet of Things, or as it's famously known, the IoT. Almost everything we use in our daily lives is interconnected with other things, either through sensors, software, or other fancy technologies that keep coming up. In 2020, the IoT market surpassed the $760 billion mark, and it's projected to reach $1.4 trillion by 2026. The IoT is poised to be the next frontier because IT devices will need to be interconnected. Currently, IoT has enabled us to have smart homes, e-health, smart cities, and connected cars that can share traffic information among themselves. If you want to make a killing in the future, this is one of the industries that you should consider venturing into. 13. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is disrupting the future of virtually every industry in the world right now. The AI revolution is the main driving factor behind great technologies like robotics, big data, and the IoT that we have just looked at. The AI industry has a promising future. Research has shown that AI could double its annual economic growth rates by 2035 by altering how work is done and creating new man-machine interactions. Of course, when machines become the primary source of labor, people will be better positioned to make better use of their time. Productivity is also bound to increase by at least 40%. Already, we have some companies that are making history in the artificial intelligence field. One such company is OpenAI. 12. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is all about how secure humans are as they interact with computer systems. The more we become dependent on computers, the more susceptible we will be to cyber attacks such as hacking and phishing. In 2020, the cybersecurity market was worth around $42 billion, and it's expected to grow to about $345 billion by 2026. These figures clearly show that cybersecurity is an industry showing great potential. Cybersecurity teams are currently using artificial intelligence to analyze data captured by their defense systems to detect early warnings of cyber attacks and new attack tricks used by cyber criminals. Each day, the hackers come with new ways of beating the defense technologies that have been developed. That is why there is an increasing demand for cybersecurity analysts to ensure that we will always be a step ahead of the criminals. 11. Genomics. Genomics is simply the study of a person's entire genetic composition. A new genomics era began in 1989 when the first draft of the human genome was published. Since then, there have been many changes, such as a reduction in the cost of DNA sequencing, the re-emergence of gene therapy, and the establishment of new technologies like single-cell and transcriptomics. The field of genomics has also attracted the attention of giant global companies such as Microsoft and Google, who have injected billions of dollars into projects aimed at pushing genomics to the next level. Generally, all indicators show that this is one of the fields to watch out for soon. 10. Drones. Drone technology is gradually gaining recognition in the civilian world, and the perception is changing from how the drones were often linked with war and spying on the enemy. The global market for drone technology is projected to grow from $30 billion in 2021 to a whopping $54.6 billion by 2025. Drones are now being utilized in various fields such as journalism and film, express shipping and delivery, search and rescue operations through thermal sensor drones, crop monitoring, crewless cargo transport, and geographical mapping of areas that are hard to access. 9. Robotics. A few years ago, we all saw robots as a science fiction aspect that would never come to be a reality. Years later, we are becoming more and more reliant on robots to handle various tasks. Companies are also embracing robotics in their manufacturing lines, and the future is looking very robotic. No wonder the industry has performed relatively well based on the $43.8 billion valuation in 2021. Artificial intelligence has made it possible to develop almost human-like robots that can perform some of the most complex tasks to perfection or with a very minimal margin of error. The future of robots includes incorporating technology like 3D embedded vision, multispectral, and hyperspectral imaging. 8. Virtual reality. Virtual reality is one of the technologies that promise to grow exponentially in the next few years. Actually, some of the world's biggest tech companies are strategically positioning themselves to take advantage of this growth. A perfect example is Meta, formerly Facebook. The company recently announced its vision for what it calls the metaverse. The technologies that will make up the metaverse will mainly include virtual reality. Other companies such as Microsoft, Google, and Apple have also announced their vision with this virtual reality-aligned billion-dollar fortune that is the metaverse. It is estimated that investment in a virtual reality field will improve over 21 times with an estimated valuation of about $30.7 billion. 7. Nanotechnology. When an industry is expected to be worth more than $1 trillion, it is evident that the opportunities in such an industry are technically endless. Nanotechnology has changed the way researchers think, influencing future technologies and solutions. Nanotechnology can be used in a variety of fields, such as in medicine, technology and industry, food and cosmetics, and human and environmental health. Perhaps the most exciting aspect about nanotechnology is that it can be used more effectively in the future to detect cancer cells and to hasten the growth of the bone cell, these being some of the most complex practices in the medical world today. 6. Renewable energy. As the world grapples with the effects of climate change, there are increased calls for adopting a type of energy that does not impact the climate more negatively. The rapid growth of renewable energy such as solar and wind power could not have come at a better time. Renewable energy has revamped the global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit the hazardous effects of climate change. It is expected that by 2030, renewable energy generation will reach 11,000 terawatt-hours. The future of the $882 billion worth renewable energy industry is bright, at least according to the efforts being put by various countries across the world. For example, the US already has 6 of the 10 largest onshore wind farms globally, while the UK boasts 6 of the 10 highest capacity offshore wind farms globally. France has also recently begun shifting from nuclear power, which has been the primary source of 3/4 of the country's energy for quite some time. 5. Sharing economy. The sharing economy uses information technology to facilitate exchanging access to goods or services between 2 or more parties. As people develop new business models, the sharing economy will become more deeply entrenched in our lives. Through the sharing economy, it has also become easier and cheaper to gain access to things that we would rather rent or lease than buy or own. One of the most common examples of sharing economies is crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending, house renting, and couch surfing facilities such as Airbnb. The sharing economy is projected to hit the $335 billion mark by 2025. 4. E-learning. E-learning is becoming the more preferred mode of passing knowledge to other people. The immense improvement of mobile networks in the recent past and the resultant increase in broadband coverage has made e-learning easily accessible to almost everyone. Incorporating other technologies such as artificial intelligence and virtual reality has made e-learning experiences highly effective means of education. The biggest advantage of e-learning was seen during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, when physical interactions were discouraged and virtual learning became the in thing. Even as the pandemic subsides, e-learning seems to continue well into the future. 3. Big data. Global data has been growing by leaps and bounds for the last few years. This has mainly been driven by the internet, web search requests, text messages, and media files. Big data has forced companies to create positions for data experts and analysts. These people have the necessary skills to harness complex data, process it into manageable chunks, and store it in an easily retrievable manner, mostly in cloud storage. The potential for big data is immense since it applies to every industry globally. 2. 3D printing additive manufacturing. In 2021, the global market for 3D printing products and services was valued at an estimated $12.6 billion. Experts have predicted that this field will experience dynamic expansion as technology also evolves in the next few years. As more powerful computers are produced, 3D printing processes will subsequently be improved over time. Already various industries have realized better results with their products or services, thanks to additive manufacturing. For example, in the aviation industries, companies like Boeing and Airbus use the technology to trim the component's weight, cut on the number of components in the assembly line, and conform to complex cabin interiors. It would be justified to conclude that even though the growth of additive manufacturing will be gradual, it will eventually usher in an era where manufacturing is democratized. 1. Blockchain technology. We cannot wrap off our list without talking about blockchain. The cryptocurrency craze has caused an extensive disruption of the digital economy as we knew it a few years ago. The possibilities lying within this technology are endless. According to LinkedIn's executive chairman, blockchain is here to stay, and it's going to be a powerful technology for modern society. Through this technology, people can now store immense wealth in the form of digital assets, such as non-fungible tokens, and crypto coins such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. This technology also offers quicker transactions since it operates in a secure and decentralized platform. Surprisingly, health experts can also use blockchain technology to exchange health data among themselves in a secure and foolproof platform. The next few years are seemingly the most promising for blockchain technology as it gains acceptance by the mainstream. We are in an era where industries are evolving rapidly, and we will keep experiencing new industries coming into the limelight as human demands change with time. Which of these industries do you expect to perform the best in the near future? Let us know in the comment section below. Remember to also check out this playlist showing up on the screen right now, and we'll see you next time.